Nick has rolled out both Wise Agent and the West USA app built by HomeStack to over 3,100 agents. So Nick is going to share with us why he chose both of these tech products and how he teaches the agents how to really use them to grow their business. Hi, Nick.
Hey, Rachel. Thanks so much, and great job on the last name. I think you nailed the pronunciation. Thank you guys so much for having me.
I know she had two really hard ones, Nick, too. So we didn't make it easy for her.
two tough ones there, but I think I handled it. I think I handled it pretty well. So welcome, guys. Let's get into it a little bit with Nick. We're so happy to have you here today because we've worked with you for a number of years. And West USA has been so successful with how the agents have adopted both of these products. So it's one thing to roll a product out. It's another thing to keep the agents using them over time and really implementing in their business. And you guys have done such a phenomenal job for that. And that is why we really wanted to have you on today. For anyone who doesn't know you, I think West USA has over 15 offices at this point nationwide. Give us a little bit of a breakdown of West USA, who you are and what you do there.
Sure. So we're just in Arizona. So we have 15 offices just in the state of Arizona. We've got 3,100 agents across the Arizona, from Tucson all the way up to our White Mountain area. We're 100% brokerage. So we give our agents back all of the commission that they earn. We started 37 years ago based on the model from our founder that we wanted to focus solely on the agent. The agent is our clients. And that's been the tried and true methodology of what we have become 37 years later. The last 15 years, we have been in the top 50 of the top producing brokerages in the nation. And it is fun to go up against national franchises just being in Arizona. And a lot of the reason is a testament to our support that we get from companies like you guys and Wise Agent. You guys provide amazing opportunities to help our agents grow their business. We just talk about it a lot, and we can show off the agents that are good at it, and the other agents kind of follow suit.
I think kind of half the battle, honestly, is reminding agents that they have these products and why they rock.
Our COO says all the time, what you focus on grows. And so we talk about CRMs and mobile apps pretty much daily at the corporate office. So we're happy to see that it has grown.
I love that. I might steal that. And I think it's so true. So at the time when you were looking for a CRM to roll out, what issues were agents having at that time that led you to partner with Wise Agent as your CRM company?
So at West USA, we allow our agents to work with whomever they want to with their business. That's their business. We want to support them. But we continue to get frustration from agents based on the support they were receiving from the CRMs they were working with. CRMs are big, audacious, scary things for agents, especially if they don't know and are not comfortable with technology. We've been working with Wise Agent for years and years. The one thing that really led us to them was their focus on support. Their tech stack is amazing, but they wanted to support the agent first because they understood, like West USA, the agent has to want to use the product. They have to want to be better with their business. And if they don't know how to do that, they're not going to use it. It's going to be the gym membership they pay for monthly that they never use. The CRMs that go out and show the agents how to get involved, how to add leads, how to set up drips. The agents are going to be more accustomed and more comfortable getting involved and working with them and then using them regularly within their business. And we found that was Wise Agent's number one focus, along with the awesome tech stack. And so it was a no-brainer for us, and they're local to us, which is also a pretty cool thing to have.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. But I agree with you 100% on the gym membership thing. Like, if there's all these bells and whistles and it overwhelms them, then they tend to not even take that first step.
Exactly.
Cool. So, once you had Wise Agent set up, what was the next, logical step to take about a mobile app? What led you to want to develop a white label mobile app as opposed to the agents using Zillow or Redfin or any of the big box kind of searches out there?
It has a couple things to that question. Having a CRM is great. Having an agent know how to use a CRM is even better. But How are you building that funnel then? How are you getting people to speak to? How are you having real estate related conversations? If you don't have a way to start that conversation, your CRM is kind of sitting there empty and sad. So a mobile app branded to the agent, it made perfect sense for us because you name the big three that are out there. Our clients, our agents' clients are using those. That's what they're using. They're calling the agent saying, hey, I found these listings on X, Y, and Z mobile app. A lot of the times we're running into not the best data. And then our agents are having to kind of talk through that. But on the other side, these companies are pushing their pieces out because they want the data. They want the integration. They want people using their system. So why wouldn't we want our agents to have the ability to go head to head with these big people out in the industry that are spending millions of dollars of getting people to use their resources, allow our agents to do the same thing. So instead of getting listings from another company, they're able to provide their app to the agents and then work directly with their clients on what they're looking for, have a better conversation with the people that they're out working with on trying to buy their next home. And that's what this app allows them to do. And then they get to fill their pipeline with users, with people that are sharing this app with their friends and family and their sphere of influence. And it just kind of grows that database that you have. And then you have lots of people to have real estate related conversations with.
Yes, I love that. I absolutely love that. I feel like also like Zillow is taking their clients and prospects information and selling them off as leads too, which does not happen in the HomeStack West USA app.
Well, they also became a broker after they said they weren't going to for a long time. Yeah. So I don't want my clients working with another broker's technology. So that was, again, no brainer.
Oh, there's that whole thing too. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So why is it important to have the agents plugged into the mobile app right away? Like when you onboard them, getting them on the app, getting them on the CRM. Why is it so important to get them accustomed to using these systems like from the get-go?
So we really push our agents at West USA into the mindset of being an entrepreneur. You're not just buying and selling homes, you're running a business. You are all business owners. So with that mindset, it's a very different path that you take to growing what your business is. It's not just a book of clients, it's a business that you're growing. There's a lot of bells and whistles out there. There's a lot of people that want a piece of that agent commission. And so they're constantly getting bombarded with, use me, use this, we can help you here, or we can do this for you. Part of what we do at the brokerage level is to try to kind of filter through a lot of that white noise and find tools and supportive companies that actually do move the needle for agents' businesses. And so when we get them into our company, we actually have a whole department that's goal is to get them onboarded. And Wise Agent does the same thing. We get them at West USA and we have conversations with them over the course of their first few weeks that explain, here's what this can do for your business. We've got this already set up for you. So you don't have to go out and try 1,000 different things. Try what we have. And if you don't like it, of course, please find something else. But the cool thing with getting them really early on is they learn our tools and the things that we have already partnered with, and they're more apt to, again, use it in their business long term. They're not wasting time and resources trying out a whole bunch of different bells and whistles and the next shiny thing they're jumping back and forth from.
Yeah, I think that's really important, and the support goes a long way too, because I think in real estate in general, when you first start, there's just so many different directions you can be pulled in. And if you're like, somebody's like, these are good tools, try these first, at least it gives them that way to feel supported and that jumping off point, like right from the start, which is really nice. Yep. Cool. So how important was it to you that both of the systems talk to each other and work with each other? Or how excited were you when you learned that they could?
Yeah, we were very excited when we found out that we had that bridge had been gapped there, because it is important that your technology talks to each other. Efficiency, especially when you are a business owner, is very, very important. And so remove as many of the obstacles of getting someone to use a piece of technology, because we know that's difficult already. And then being able to just streamline the ability for everything to talk to each other. it's a great way for us now to have more reasons for agents to jump into both of these companies. We have lots of agents that were using the app and a lot of agents that were using Wise Agent, and we were doing classes monthly. And I've got a couple agents on here who yell at me constantly because I talk too fast when I do these classes. But we go over how do we integrate the data that we're getting from the mobile app into our CRM, and then what are you doing with that information once you get them into your CRM?
Yeah.
This allows us to kind of move away from how do we get them in. Now we can focus solely on getting the drip campaigns, getting the touches on these people, because they're working really hard on getting people to use these pieces of technology. Once you get them into your CRM, that's the next battle that you have. But we can set up all kinds of efficiencies using what Wise Agent has built to just drip and make it a non-thinking thing that you're not having to worry about that. You're worrying about your business and growing it and all the other stuff that you have to do. This stuff just becomes background.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the app can be like your top of funnel. You're getting people in, you're getting them to use the app, you're pulling them into the app and then into the CRM where you can start a lot of these other like nurture campaigns that we're going to talk about. So it kind of pulls everything into this like seamless funnel. That's awesome. So it is kind of very recent, and we're excited to announce if anybody who has either Wise Agent or already has a HomeStack app, that they do now have a direct integration where not only the lead comes through, but also the buyer behaviors come through. So what they're viewing, saving, favoriting, notes that they're taking is also going to come through into your Wise Agent now. So Ev, do you want to explain to us a little bit how, if you already have HomeStack, it's pretty easy to kind of set up the API integration?
Sure. Yeah, it is. It's really simple. I will even kind of make mention to, I know we have a lot of awesome West USA agents on today. And that is something that you guys already have set up, which is great. For those of you that want to set this up for the first time, I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's see, Rachel, if you want to let go of screen share, I think there we go. So the first step is going to be accessing your integrations tab from your HomeStack dashboard. So I'm going to post these links as well into the chat. But basically, when you're in your back office, you're going to log in and you are going to go to the settings and integration tab, depending on what kind of permission levels you have. That'll be labeled slightly different. So if I'm in the integration tab, this is just my sample dashboard here. I'm going to have a CRM integration box. And all I need to do here is just simply choose Wise Agent and plug my API key in. I'm also going to provide you with a Help Center article from HomeStack, and it's going to look like this, and it's going to give you instructions on where to find that API key in case you haven't accessed that from the Wise Agent dashboard on that end. But basically, you're going to plug that in and update. At that point, the users are going to automatically filter into your Wise Agent CRM. And like Rachel said, we're really excited because in just a very short period of time, probably about 2 to 3 weeks tops, you're going to start seeing new updates that are going to also show. So for example, if somebody is viewing a property, taking a note on a property, requesting a showing, if they're saving a search, these are all different analytic points that we want to make sure you can see when you're viewing the contact from your CRM. So this is going to show as an activity stream so that you can get a better idea without having to log into both dashboards every single time you're trying to get information on that contact. And then from there, you can take, the next steps on how you see fit to follow up with that particular lead.
Yeah, that's really been a game changer for some of our other CRMs that we integrate with. And so we were really excited to be able to bring this to Wise Agent and West USA. The not having to log into a million different dashboards. I mean, it is always nice to log into both systems just to kind of stay on track and make sure everything's flowing and all your foundational stuff ducks are in a row. But it is nice to just get the whole overview and the buyer behavior. That's like a huge game changer.
Absolutely.
Eleni, hello.
Hi there.
So tell us a little bit about Wise Agent and how we can do email campaigns and promote the app a little bit more through Wise Agent.
Yeah, absolutely. I love what Nick was saying about, the onboarding and the support. Look, it's Our job, right, Wise Agent and HomeStack, to know technology, and our job also to teach our agents how to use that technology, right? So we have classes that happen every single day. We have 24/7 support for our CRM products. So for any of you that are listening in either live or on the replay, CRM stands for Contact Relationship Management. And so it is a crucial piece of your business. If you are doing any kind of sales, you need to have a central location where you can go in and keep track of all of your contacts, your contact notes, rely on that as kind of an extension of your brain, because there's only so much that can fit in there that you can recall, right? And there's details that you need to have, especially in real estate. There's a ton of details that need to be recalled at certain times, and that's the place where you will store that. It's also a place for you to do a lot of your marketing. So, having your drip campaigns, having integrations with some of your other technology partners, right? Being able to get your, I hate the word leads, but it is sometimes what it is, right? Your lead or your potential client. I like using the word potential client. When you have a potential client coming in and reaching out to you through, HomeStack or some other source, you want that coming in automatically into your CRM so you can do several things. You should be able to automatically reply to them, either email or text. You should be able to put them on a drip campaign. So then even if you are, taking care of your life and your business, your potential client is still being reached out to. So you have something, you set it up one time, you put them on there, and it's not a set it and forget it, because you don't want to forget about your client. But what it is you can forget about rewriting all of those emails and all of those texts over and over again. That's the part that you can forget, like that data entry, right? I always tell people, I don't like data entry. These nails are not made for data entry. I don't mind writing out an email, but please do not ask me to write the same email over and over again. That's what a system is in place for, in order for you to utilize that and then use your time more efficiently and effectively on other things. So it's also there for it to remind you to reach out to people. You should be reaching out to people every single day. There should be at least, emails going out, text messages going out, and then phone calls being made, postcards being sent out. This is a system, this is a tool to benefit you as a realtor, to help advise your clients on what it is that you do best. It's also there for them to recall your name, because your name needs to come up the moment they start thinking about buying or selling. And if your name isn't part of their vocabulary, then they're never going to reach out to you. And how do you make your name part of their vocabulary? Is by reaching out to them and building those relationships.
If I could jump in real quick, Eleni, sorry,
Go for
Rachel, but we talk about this a
Go
lot
for
at the
it.
brokerage level when it comes to the term is past clients, and it makes us very, very sad. We're the only sales individual world industry that talks about closings as past clients. They're not past clients. They're always our clients. But we treat them with, again, that mindset of being past clients. I love this system because I get an email every morning that tells me who my call sheet is, and those are from my agents. The agents that we talk to do the same thing. So their clients don't forget about them after they are done transacting the first time, because there should be another transaction coming down the road. Sorry, I had to get my soapbox for a second.
No, I love that.
No, I love that. I love that. So do team leads or brokers, do they have like a dashboard in Wise Agent where they can kind of see everything the agents are doing?
Absolutely. Yeah. So they can see, is the agent, logging into their CRM, and what's the frequency of that? They can see, have they added any contacts? Now, the agent can give their team leader, their broker, permission to view, what their contact list, but at minimum, the broker can see, or the team lead can see, okay, well, agent number 1 has added 15 clients in the last week. That's great. Agent 2, not so much. They haven't added anybody. So it becomes an opportunity, because sometimes we forget, right? In this industry, we forget that the relationships aren't always from the agent to the consumer. It has to be also from the team lead and the broker to the agent, and the agent back to the broker and team lead. There needs to be a relationship there too. The broker to be mentoring and fostering the relationship of the agent. That's what I love what West USA and what Nick is doing by having these training classes, having these sessions. And I've been to their corporate office a lot, and I see the engagement that they have with their agents. They come in and they're there, especially the new agents coming in to learn all of the different tools that West USA is saying, like, hey, this is what you need to have in your, arsenal of, tools for you to run a successful business. And when you have a brokerage that supports you in that way, my gosh, you better take advantage of it. You better take advantage of it, because that does not happen very often. And so, and again, like Nick uses Wise Agent to talk to his agents because he's got to be building a relationship with everybody there.
Yeah.
Right?
It is amazing. I feel like when I started working with West USA, there were so many like new agents, like Casey, and like agents and from like their social media and from the business that they're doing, you would think that they had been in the business for like 5 or 6 years. And then you talk to them, like, yeah, I'm in my first or second year. And you're like, oh my gosh, like, how are you like at this level already? And they're like, it's because of all the support that we've gotten from West USA. So I think that's really awesome. And I want to go back to like saying, that you have to stay top of mind. You have to stay on people's minds. And that's what I think the app really does, because you're literally taking up real estate on somebody's phone that they look at every 5 to 10 minutes. Like, people are on their phones 24/7. So I think, getting as many people as they can on the app, and then now they'll have this direct integration to go right into the CRM. That's going to be huge. All right, we have a quick poll that's going out. If anyone wants to answer that, these are always really fun to kind of learn a little bit about what you guys are doing.
Yes. And I have Sarah from our team, from the Wise Agent team, is on this webinar as well to post. I see some people are not using a CRM at this time. Listen, we will give you a 14-day trial. I highly compel you to start using a CRM, especially if you're early on in your business, but no matter what stage in your business you're on. I recently talked to somebody that's been an agent for 18 years, and she told me, she's like, can I tell you a secret? I'm like, yeah, what's up? She's like, this is my first CRM ever, and I've been doing this for 18 years. I just got Wise Agent like 6 months ago. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, how did you do it? And she's like, I thought I was successful, but I didn't realize how I was spinning my wheels a lot and not doing things with systems and processes in place, like our checklists. And, when you go through a checklist, when you go through a transaction with someone, you can have a whole checklist. So you have things already that are reminding you, things in place, like our library of content, where you can have emails prepared and ready to go out. So when it's time to order the lockbox, you can prepare your seller on what's happening at their front door, right? There's going to be a lockbox and this is happening. Yeah. So there's things that you can use and you should be utilizing in order to help you be more efficient. It just will help you save time. So then you take up some of that time in building the relationships with your clients so they don't forget who you are. Because what is that statistic, Nick? 86% of consumers that go through a transaction with an agent will not transact with that same agent a second time.
Correct. That's being the
horrible.
Business entrepreneur. And that's the point. And that's what we talk about all the time. You're the CMO and the chief marketing officer. You're the CEO. You're the trash guy. You put the posts in the ground. You do all these things for your real estate business. CRMs are there to take a lot of that guesswork out of it. And we talked about it on Monday. We do a weekly podcast as well. We were talking about the low-hanging fruit you can get for your business. And you just hit on the head, Eleni. This system allows you to get the 1 or 2 extra transactions a month because you don't have to worry about all this other stuff. And at the end of the year, especially in a market like this, and that's what you were just talking about. We have agents that call us that have been 5-10 years in the business. They don't know what this market is. This is a hard market for them. Yeah. It's hard for everybody. But if you've not seen a market that we're dealing with right now, if you've not been touching on your sphere of influence, if you've not been dripping on them, that's the conversations that we're having. So 100,000%, if you're not using a CRM, please use a CRM. I don't care what brokerage you're with. I don't care where you're at in your business. Have a CRM system. It will make you more successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, another
Absolutely.
poll. I love that. And we love, if you're like, how do I lead gen? I don't want to buy leads. I want to just work my own like sphere, and I want to work my own opportunities. Kendall Bonner, who we were on another webinar with, she uses opportunities instead of leads, which I really like. When we were saying you don't like the word leads, but promoting your app, getting it out there to your sphere is a non-salesy and pushy way to connect with people. It's like, hey, I just want you to use my app. Try it out, search around. I mean, even though you can see everything that they're searching and saving and favoriting, it puts the control in their hands. And then when they're ready, they'll reach out to you. And then when they're ready, or you've seen that they favorited a bunch of stuff, then you can reach out. So it's a really cool way to kind of start to work with somebody without even like working with them yet.
Well, what I love
think
about Well, Rachel, what I love about this integration is what you were talking about is you get an insight of what your consumer is doing. So if you are having the conversation of, hey, are you guys looking, it looks like you're looking on the app to search for a home, and they're like, yeah, our budget's, $500,000. But then you start seeing that they're looking at like houses that are like way above their budget.
Oh yeah.
You can start having the honest conversation of like, okay, let's narrow in your focus. Why don't we do this? Let me help you refine this. Let me help you and advise you. You become that person that they turn to because that's what you want. You have all those expertise, all those CE classes that you guys are taking throughout the year. This is where that comes into play, where you start advising them and giving them, the opportunity to have that conversation with you, saying like, okay, well, I want to be in this type of a home. Well, if you want to be in that home, maybe you need to look in this area, or you need to maybe save a little bit more, or here, let me connect you with a lender and see what we can do with some of this stuff, with some of your financing. It's an opportunity for you to also connect with them and just say like, hey, have fun with it. Go out and search and see what's happening. Search your neighborhood and if you see something and you're like, oh, my neighbor that has like a house that's way worse than mine, because we all think that our house is the best, right? Present company included, is you sit here and you can say, hey, you know what? The neighbor is selling their house. I didn't realize I think I can get that much for mine or more. Yeah. And then you just reaching out to them via text. Text works so well to say, hey, let's have that conversation. I'm going to come over. Let's have a cup of coffee. I'll bring some dessert and let's talk about what can be the next steps here.
Yeah, that knowledge positions you to flex a little with your expertise, to give your market knowledge, to direct them. And then they're like, oh yeah, like, Nick gets me. He gets where I'm looking. He gets the neighborhoods and the markets that I'm looking in, or like, wow, he saved me from moving into this weird neighborhood that I thought I wanted to live in, but showed me this other really cool one. Right. That data is really everything.
Well, you mentioned Casey, and I just want to give Casey a huge shout out because that's how she built her business. Casey Woggs out of our Chandler office, and she tripled down when it came to the mobile app. And she was a new licensee when she started with West USA, brand new, wet behind the ears, and she went into the mobile app and she leveraged it to have better conversations with people in the industry. And I think you touched on it when we talked about getting the app out into the world. It's a scary thing to be a brand new licensee. You don't know how to announce the fact to your sphere of influence. And it's one of the stats that we don't like the most. And it's 60% of new licensees take over 6 months to tell their sphere of influence that they're a realtor. There's 80,000 licensed people in Arizona. There's a chance that we know 7 active real estate agents. If you don't tell everybody that you're an agent, they're never going to know. And you get nervous about it because I don't want to mess up this transaction for them. But being able to promote a mobile app and say, hey, everybody, I've got this amazing free offer for you to be able to search for properties and do what you just said. Look at the neighbor's house, see maybe what my house is worth. It's a super passive way to get people using your technology. I love that.
Yeah. And I think it makes you a little bit more look a little bit more professional right from the get-go. Like, oh, wow, they already have their own mobile app. Like, especially if you are new, it definitely makes you look that way. Speaking of announcing, we always tell people to do an email blast from their CRM to their whole network announcing that they have the app and how people can download it. So we always say, like, do a nice blast, get it out there. This is one of our clients. You know, the home search has never been fun and easy. Introducing, you know, our West USA app. Ooh, was I playing it? My internet's being a little funky slow today. They get it right in their email. And then, yes, of course, nobody's going to use it if they don't know you have it. So send out a blast from your CRM with your app download link in it, with the app store links in there, because this app is available in both Google Play and Apple App Store. So it's a really great way to kind of push it out there to everybody.
Yeah. You could even send it out through texting through Wise Agent. Do a mass text message. I mean, they're, you know, for 100% certainty, I mean, that they're going to be checking those text messages, unless they're like me and check on computers, but they will be they'll be on their phone checking their texts and can download it right from there. And that user experience becomes way more, it's just a little bit more cleaner of a transition for them. But I also want to say too, with the CRM, yes, you want to talk about all the tools, all the education that you have, talk about, are they looking to buy or sell? But you have to take it to the next level beyond that. Every conversation should have some kind of call to action, and it doesn't always have to be about buying or selling. Let's bring the humanity into the emails and into the text messages. Let's make sure, and even the phone calls, let's make sure that we're reaching out just to say, how are you? Just checking in to see how things are going. It doesn't, if you know that they're interested in the soccer match that just happened, or the fight, or whatever it is, the UFC match, just like say, hey, did you catch the match this past weekend? What an amazing thing. Be human about it. It's a relationship. You have to remember that there is a person behind that email, behind that text message, behind the phone that you are talking to and communicating with, and they care more. They don't care as much about real estate as maybe we do here, right? So they want to know that you hear them and that you're listening to them and you know who they are. It is really important that you bring that human element into it.
Yeah.
100%. We talk all the time. Before you ever hang up the phone, or after you send a text or an email to one of your sphere, you need to go into your CRM and set a reminder to the next time you're going to reach out to them. Because it's taking out that remembering, but you have a lot of people you have to keep in front of you. There are a lot of relationships that you're trying to grow. We only have a finite amount of time to grow relationships, but that's what the word is. It's a relationship. And the CRM can leverage that for you by reminding you, hey, make sure to reach out to Eleni this week, or it's Easter. We know she's got a really big into family, so reach out and wish her a happy Greek Easter. It's stuff like that. Yeah. Keeping those notes in that CRM, you don't have to remember all that. I'm terrible with names and I'm trying to do better at it. It goes in my CRM. Who did I meet at the last happy hour? What did we talk about? I take 10 minutes at the end of every night. I dump information in, and it allows me to remember the conversations that we're having and who I need to touch and speak to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like real estate is like the original personal brand, like now everyone has one because of social media, but like it was always that way in real estate. They're like the OGs of the personal brand.
Well, yeah. And you want that to come through in your messaging. You want that to come through in your conversation. And it needs to be part, your personal brand is who you are. It's a reflection of who you are. And so if you're not including like the human element of like, hey, so Nick, how's the family? How's it going? Then what is really your brand? Is it just about buying and selling and it's just transactional and it's one and done and you're out of there? I mean, I don't know. I think that was a thing of the past. I think that was something that happened, it still happens today, but I hear more and more people are doing less and less of that, where they're just doing a transaction with some random person and that, and then they're done with them. It doesn't have to be that way. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way.
We have like a husband and wife team that have been doing real estate for like 30 years or something like that. And they were like, we love our app because now all of our previous clients' kids are coming to us to buy homes. And our app actually makes us look young and cool to like, people in like their mid-20s, early 30s. And I was like, that's awesome. Like that story just always like warmed my heart. Because I think it's cool when agents, you know, who have been in the business for a while are taking advantage of CRMs and apps. And I'm like, that's awesome. You know, like they want to stay in the game just as much as anyone else.
Yeah.
Awesome. So should we take any questions that have come through? Ev?
Jump in on that really quick. I know,
Yes.
Nick, this will probably be a good time for you since there's several that had came in. I know a lot of West USA agents maybe that aren't utilizing the app yet are asking, you know, if it's included and if they have it, and I'll kind of let you address them on next steps if they want to get hooked up with the app and using it if they're not already.
Yeah, so any West USA agents, or if you're not a West USA agent, shoot me an email and we can have that conversation. But any West USA agents, go to westusapp.com, westusapp.com. I can throw the link at the bottom. That'll take you to a landing page that will give you more information on the app itself, and it will allow you to sign up. We offer a trial as well. We don't think you're going to need it because you're going to get rolling pretty quickly and be rocking. We also do monthly classes on our mobile app and Wise Agent CRM. I do about a 90-minute class the first Tuesday of every month. I think it starts about 1 o'clock. We go through the mobile app. We go overview of CRMs. I don't get as detailed as Wise Agent will, but we talk about why you should have a CRM and how they work together. So that's every month, the first Tuesday of the month at 1 o'clock. And then you can go to westusapp.com to get more information on getting started on the branded app.
Awesome. Perfect.
Evie, did you want to go in a little bit about the roadmap, what's coming down the pike between West USA and Wise Agent, as far as the integration or what's coming up soon?
I mean, we did kind of touch on it in the beginning, just talking about the activity stream.
Okay.
That'll be there. So that's really what I would be looking forward to. And I do think just in general, everything that we've covered up until this point of really locking in that follow-up plan, because these app leads are a little different than normal leads in some way. Like Rachel mentioned, like if somebody is going to use the app, they're in the driver's seat. They're able to do that. It's not like they're picking up the phone and calling you. They're not sending you a direct text. It's a little bit more of a passive, you know, situation, but that gives you an opportunity to really market to them in a unique way of just really showing them who you are and kind of connecting with them on that front. And I will say, just, you know, moving forward for West USA agents, I know that like as Nick does his classes and as we move forward and any updates that we have to the integration, we'll always keep you guys, you know, aware of what's going on and get you pumped up with that. One thing I will say that we do have coming up that's something to be excited about is our featured listings feature that just rolled out, and we're rolling it out office by office. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. But basically, anybody that has a HomeStack app is going to be the West USA app, I'm sorry, or any of our apps, you're going to be able to have your listings highlighted and featured, and it's going to sync by license number. So that's something, you know, Nick, that we can kind of discuss where it could be on at a broker level where everyone gets to have those featured listings to get more eyeballs on their listings, or it's on an agent level where it's just showcasing theirs. But again, that's something else that's just a great value add for your app users to be able to get. There's really just more visibility so that you can keep your sellers happy. And again, as those listings are being viewed, that's something else that's going to be trickling into your CRM as another analytic point. So you're understanding even more about, you know, your listings and what type of activity they're getting on them.
Awesome, Ev. Thank you. Let's see if we have any questions that came through. I know you were answering a lot on the other end. If anyone has any questions about HomeStack, mobile app, Wise Agent, let's see.
While we're waiting for questions, I wanted to just share my screen.
Yeah, please do. I'll stop my share.
Okay, there we go. I just wanted to show like what happens like once the lead comes in. I'm going to show you actually how to set it up on the Wise Agent side. Once you have the app in your Wise Agent account, you want to set it up to make sure that you are automatically responding to any of your leads, right? So you want to make sure that you're putting in your lead source is going to be HomeStack. And then you can add them to a drip campaign. So you can create a drip campaign based on, what information you already know that they're probably looking, to buy something. So you want to create some kind of buyer's drip campaign. You can use one that's already been created by us. You can add them to your category. I would add them to a category called monthly newsletter. I mean, I know that this is something our monthly newsletters are already written out for you. They're a great resource, a great way for you to just get your name in front of your audience. You want to make sure that you add them to your call list. So then that reminds you to call them when you get back to your desk. But again, you can also set the reminder to receive an email or a text alert notification. And then this is the response. This is the part where it really makes a huge difference, is automatically sending out that email when you first get somebody, starting to use the application. So they may already be in your database, which is fine. So you can send them something, if you know that you're sending these out to people that are already in your database, you can send something more personalized. You add a message in here. And then you can have some kind of call to action. So you can even insert a button of like, hey, send me a quick email, or go to my whatever. You can do all sorts of things in here, include a YouTube video of who you are.
Cool.
And then as well as the text response, right? But then the additional thing, so if you're getting a lot of traffic to your app, and this could be not just for your application, but if you're buying leads or generating leads, if you're doing, this could be for any lead source. So it's not just specific for HomeStack. You can use the AI bot. So if you're getting a ton of leads that are going to be buyer leads, and you're like, gosh, I can't keep up with this, and I need to, right? Because especially if you're buying your potential clients, then you want to set up your AI bot. So then there is a chat conversation happening via text with that potential client that will be going through and having that conversation to see if they're qualified to then get you on the phone. Again, it's about streamlining what your time and what you should be focusing on. So the bot will help you qualify that lead. And then once they're qualified and they're ready to talk to you, the bot will actually nudge you to join the conversation and then take over that conversation.
The bot is really cool. We play with it a little bit over here, and it still texts me, and it is not a bot. It is a person having a conversation with you. It's super awesome.
Yeah. Because that bot will go on for like a whole year
I get random texts every once in a while. It's like, hey, Nick, just checking in to see how your journey is going on your buying and selling of your next house. I'm like, I forgot that I was talking to this person.
Right.
Okay.
So that's a really great thing. And then if you are part of a team and you want to distribute those leads, you can distribute those leads as well. I mean, it's really important to have automation in your business, because there's so many things as agents that you're in charge of, that you're responsible for. You're running this business for yourself. You need to make sure that you have a system that does a lot of things for you. Lead distribution is a big one, because that can be a complete headache to try and solve all these little puzzle pieces and where everyone belongs. Let our platform handle that for you. So I just wanted to show that in case people were wondering, like, how will the automation work? That's how that works.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That looks like it saves a lot of time, and there's a lot of accountability involved.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for showing that to us today. I'm sure there's even more cool stuff that you can do in Wise Agent. So make sure that you hit up their website. Make sure that you check out some of those resources that Sarah put into the chat. I will see if any last questions came through. If anybody has any last questions for any of us, does Wise Agent have a way to print out envelopes and do paper newsletters too?
Yes, we certainly do. Yes,
I feel like print is coming back. I feel like print is coming back. I mean,
yeah, I think definitely print and phone calls. I know a lot of people are like allergic to picking up the phone, and I think it's really, you need to use every form of communication, and postcards, print newsletters. I know someone that prints out a newsletter for every single open house. They write up a custom newsletter and they have it at every single one of their open houses. Because it's got, you want to have the property there, right? And the flyer, but then that newsletter, it kind of gives them a little bit something to take away, like, and it could have like top 5 restaurants in the neighborhood, of whatever, you're in a certain neighborhood in the Phoenix area or wherever you're at, then you can give them some value, provide value, and you'll see that relationship between yourself and your buyer or seller like flourish. You want to be the one that's being able to give them something without really being, and asking for too many things.
Yeah, and it's like the 5 to 7 touches before it even registers like in someone's brain, right? Like they'll see your newsletter, then they'll see your flyer, then like they'll see like your QR code for your app, and then like on the 5th time they're like, oh yeah, I should like scan this QR code and download this app or
Absolutely.
reach out to this person. So yeah, I love the value add. Okay. Do West USA agents need to set up the integration between HomeStack and Wise Agent, or is it automatically done for us? Rob? Nick, do you want to touch a little bit on that?
So the integration, I'm not 100% clear because we talked about it 2 different ways. So is that already set up for agents that are using Wise Agent and the West USA app? I believe we said it was, but I couldn't remember.
I believe it is. I remember when
Brand
we first
new.
got started, Eleni, I think we kind of provided all of that information and entered it on the back end. But what I will say is you may be a new West USA agent to the system, and maybe you weren't in that initial list of when we set it up for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So what I did do is I made sure that you guys now have the integration box turned on in your West USA dashboard at broker.homestack.com on the back office for your West USA app. So when you go to the integrations tab, you now can make sure to set it up. So if for some reason your leads are not coming in, you can go ahead and set that up yourself and plug in that API key, just like we showed you earlier. So
Was that from Rob Ryan? I think I saw it. It was. Hey, yeah, Rob, just shoot me an email if you have any questions. Anybody on the call, again, West USA or not, if you have any questions, my email is nick, N-I-C-K, @westusa.com. I have no problem talking about any of this stuff with you, and I can do my best to help. Eleni and her team and the HomeStack team are definitely going to be better at answering a lot of the questions, but I can do my best.
Yeah. And I was going to say, Rob, if you want to reach out to our support staff and ask them how to get your API key, they'll send you over a quick little video, and probably Sarah might even be getting ready to post that in the chat right now as well. So we definitely have all those resources for you to get that connected.
Awesome. Yeah, Sarah posted that. Great, a great post there, gives you all the information.
Yeah.
And then we have our help center information there too. So you guys should be well taken care of on that. Once you go to the integration box too, you'll kind of see how easy it is. You're just going to plug it in and click save. So should be pretty good on that front. Another reminder, just for anyone wanting the recording, Zoom sends out an automated email 24 hours after this ends today, and that'll have the link in there. So you will be getting a recording if you registered today. If you attended or registered, everyone will be getting that recording.
Awesome. Thank you guys both for coming on today. This was really fun, and it was great information. Is there anything else we want us to check out? Where is this podcast, Nick?
We do a weekly West USA podcast every Monday morning at 9 a.m. You can go to westusapodcast.com, or we post it on our YouTube page. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of us on our soapbox begging agents to please do the little things because we know it will make them more productive.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. We bring in top producing agents and guest speakers, sales trainers, all kinds of stuff, and do market stats. It's a lot of good information. So if you want to check it out, again, you can email me, Nick, at West USA, or you can check out westusapodcast.com.
Awesome. Sometimes all you need is someone telling you, 3 things to do that you knew you should do, but like you need that reminder. Eleni, is there any place you want everyone to go?
Yeah, so if you are not using Wise Agent right now or not using a CRM, go ahead and go to wiseagent.com and just click on the try it free now, and you'll get that 14-day free trial. We also have an onboarding team that will set you up, so you will be able to schedule yourself an appointment. We'll help you get your contacts in there, help you get your all of your lead sources set up, so your HomeStack leads set up. We'll also help you get your email signature and everything else done, and then we'll kind of guide you through training as well. So that all happens right when you go to wiseagent.com.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thank you guys. Have an awesome rest of your week, and we'll see everyone on the next webinar.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.